What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the Piscifun channel. My name is Brian with Kansas Angling Experience and Piscifun Pro Staffer. The guys over at Piscifun needed me to provide them with a video, and after today, I think I have just the perfect one. So down here in the Mid-South, like you guys might have seen on my videos before, the crappies go absolutely insane. Water temps are anywhere between like 31 and 33 degrees. And in this video today, you guys will see I'm actually breaking ice, like fishing in a literal ice field to catch these fish. But when the water gets cold down here in the Mid-South, those crappies school up, and it's absolutely insane, especially what you can do on Livescope. So come along with me today. Towards the end of the video, we will discuss tackle, like these cute little Viper X 1000 Piscifun reels. But we've got some awesome Livescope in this video, so I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so like I said, we're out just kind of in this ice field right here. I mean, literally, we're just gonna be dropping our jigs like right in between the sheets of ice. It is still possible to catch them. Like I said, if you guys haven't seen my last video, go watch that one down below. But just to give you a frame of reference of what we're fishing here without showing spots and whatnot. So the river channel swings right up against this bank right here. It's got a ton of brush on it, like you guys can see. On the Livescope right now, we've got like a piece of standing timber right there with a big brush pile. That's just a little bit off to our left. But if we go to our home screen and then go to charts and then fishing chart, you guys can see here, if we zoom that map out just a little bit, you'll see that that river channel swings right up against there. We've got two rock jetties that come in between, so it's a real nice funnel kind of situation right there. But basically this time of year, anytime you're on any sort of crappie bite, it's pretty much going to be right on the river channel. You can get on bites on brush piles that are just out a little bit deeper, just on a big flat if you put your own brush piles in or whatever. But I always prefer fishing the river channel stuff because that's where a lot of your bigger fish and bigger schools of fish are going to be. On the Garmin map right here, that's what we're showing. So go back to the Livescope screen here and you guys can see they're stacked in that tree real nice. Like, so as far as baits and whatnot, if you guys are new to the channel, I run swing 'em in baits. So we've got a 2.5 inch flapper. We've got two of them rigged up in tandem on 1/8 ounce jig heads here. Cliff Bams with Bams Jig Company is who provides me with all my jigs. You guys can see I've got a real nice sickle hook on that jig head, just your standard freestyle pill head kind of jig head situation. But I always like running two jigs in the wintertime. Obviously helps you kind of rule out any sort of color situation, kind of figuring out what the fish want, but also gives you the opportunity to catch two at one time, especially when those crappies are schooled up. So pretty much run flap tails for the most part. I mean, I do have stingers and battle shads from Swing 'em in Bait Co., but as far as getting the most bites possible, I feel like that 2.5 inch flap tail is usually what does the trick for me. So let's just go ahead and drop that bait down here. I feel like we're gonna have to go a little bit further over on this side. Again, you guys can see I'm literally just kind of dropping those jigs in any available spot in the ice that I can. I just get those baits close down to the brush, kind of just let it hover, because crappie always feed up, and I already have one on. He is not big, but it is a small, not keeper. It is not a keeper, but typically you're gonna find that those smaller ones are schooled up at the top of the brush pile, and you've got to get down a little bit deeper. But in the interest of not getting snagged, I always like to start at the top. So you guys can again see, I'll just let those baits kind of hover, because crappie will come up out of the tree to grab it. I mean, you can see there's already a couple that are interested like that. You can kind of slowly pull it away from them. With the water temp being 32 degrees, they don't really want to move too much. So gauge your interest that way, but in the interim, I really do just kind of like sinking both of those jigs right to where they disappear in the brush and waiting for that thump. So that's the program that we're on. We're running a 6.6 medium light Fox River rod with a 1000 size Piscifun Viper X reel. 15-pound Piscifun Onyx braid, super sensitive, super strong. Crappie are not braid shy in this state with the stained water that we deal with. So that is the program as far as gear and tackle goes, but I've got another fish on. This one definitely looks bigger and feels bigger on Livescope, and it is. It's a tank. Your standard Kansas wintertime 13-incher, and we will box that one. So, yep, that's the program. Hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Okay, bye. Get those jigs right back down there. That's kind of the thing when you're fishing a pile this big in the wintertime. I mean, you're inevitably gonna have to weed through some shorts. This one does not feel short, nope. That's keeper number 2. Again, we're not like hog hunting or anything. I'm literally just trying to catch 5 or 6 for dinner tonight. And that's a 10-incher that will do just fine. But that being said, a lot of your bigger fish might be a little bit further out on the outsides of the tree, or even down on the insides. Sometimes you're obviously lucky enough to just land on a pot of fish that has nothing but big ones, but I feel like for a lot of the regular crappie guys in the wintertime, they're just looking for eaters. So your 10 to 12, maybe the occasional 13 would make for good eaters, but I feel like we're just going to be able to get our 5 or 6 right off this same tree and then call it good. So that's the program. Wow, did you guys see that? Fish completely missed the bait, whiffed it, and never even touched it. We've got 3 more to go, and then we'll make our way out of the ice back home. Another one. Feels good. Oh yeah, perfect. 11 and a half incher. Perfect. In the box you go. Crappie tacos. I'll link that video down below too. Gotta love it. Live so close to the lake. You can just say, hey babe, I'm going to the grocery store, aka I'm going fishing, and catch 5 fish for fish tacos and just go home. This one's gonna be just a little short, but like I said, when you get on a tree with this many fish on it, you're just gonna have to weed through some short guys, and that's fine. I could think of way worse problems to have. Eat it. Eat it. Oh, he didn't like it. He's got a buddy. Yep. Got him. Feels like a dinner fish, and it sure is. He will make nice. Okay, a few more. Been here a little over an hour doing 2 different videos. It's so funny, I set my baits down, quote unquote, in the water, and they're literally sitting on ice right there. In the box. It's like when that water gets cold, those fish really only want to chase it up so far before they don't want to exert any more effort than they have to. When the water's warmer, you can usually get them to eat by pulling it away from them real slow, but right now, I mean, they're active. It was way better this morning on my guide trip. They were super aggressive, which is kind of ass backwards, honestly. Ooh. But yeah, just kind of things to ponder. But usually when the water's this cold, I'm just letting those jigs sit dead still. And those crappies will come up and thump it. Here it comes. Oof. He was hot to it, but he never even touched it. So if I raise those jigs up and get a fish up like that and he doesn't eat, I just drop it right back down into the school. The faster you can get those baits down back into kind of their zone, the better. Don't waste any time. That was a big one. Did you guys see I had those jigs kind of soaked down in the brush and nobody was doing anything, and then I pulled it up about a foot and a half away from the school, and that one came up, and God, he looked hot, but just did not close the deal. Same with that one right there. Never even touched it. Crappies are so curious and weird, and just when you think you got them figured out and they're gonna bite like that, they just do not do it. But that's why this braided line is so key. If you had mono and a fish just farted on it like that, you would never feel it. He would have to seriously smash it to feel that bite on even light monofilament. So I always recommend braided line. Crappie are not braid shy in this stained water, so always go for the most sensitivity. Man, I feel like we're just gonna have to, I really don't feel like moving. I mean, granted, there's open water out in front of us, but that's kind of the main river channel, like right in the middle of it, and I'm on a bunch of fish, and I still have many minutes to fish. Just gonna swap out that kind of sparkly silver and chartreuse for the go-to in the wintertime. The old sparkly red chartreuse. But if you guys are interested in these baits here, just go to the links down below. Swing 'em in baits made locally here in Kansas land by my buddy Jeremy, and also receive 10% off because I promise you they do work. Top jig. Second to last one. Let's do it. I did catch one off camera, but that will still be our second to last one. Now we're out of here. Crappie tacos. Got one. Sank it down into the school, and that will be our last and final keeper for dinner tonight in the ice field, still encased in ice. It's gonna be tough for me to fish this spot tomorrow morning if none of this ice blows out, but that's all right. We got plenty of spots, so that'll be our last dinner fish, and send you guys off and get out of here. All right, guys, well, as you can see, we're back at headquarters here. Already have some sleet and frozen rain situation coming down outside. We're kind of preparing for the onslaught of a big winter storm showing up, so I'm really glad we were able to get out and make a video. But yeah, just like you guys saw, I mean, fishing in a literal ice field with water temps between 31 and 33 degrees. Crappie absolutely stacked up, so just about the most fun you can have in a boat this time of year, especially on Livescope. But as far as gear goes, I always really prefer the 1000 size Piscifun reels for my crappie applications. The one we're using today, we've got the Viper X 1000, the Honor XT 1000, and some Carbon X 1000s. You really can't go wrong with any of them. I really like the 1000 size Piscifun reels for crappie fishing, just because in the depths that I fish, the bigger spool allows that line to get off a lot quicker when we're getting those baits down, versus like the 500 or ice size reels where it takes a little bit longer when you want to get those baits down. Plus the 1000 size reels pair perfectly on a 6'6", a 7-foot, or even a 7'3" or 7'6" medium light rod, which is what I really like for my crappie fishing. But yeah, that's about as good of an example as I can give for what we do all winter long in the boat down here in Kansas land. So be sure you guys go check out my channel, Kansas Angling Experience, and stay tuned for the next video on the Piscifun channel here. I'm sure Jason's got something good coming down the pipe. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you again next time.